What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pin the Gas podcast on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. And man, I got a special one today for everyone. It's an absolute honor to sit down with my friend and the legend, Stuart Lankester. But before we get into this episode, it is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today by Seth Starnes. Seth Starnes, he road races, but he also has Next Level Suspension. So he's a big suspension guy. Everybody knows. Yeah, everybody knows who he is. He's in Florida. Listen, he started this financial thing. So he's a road racer. He's a dad. He's a family man, and he knows what it takes to stay in this sport because it's super expensive. So hit him up. He'll get your finances straight. He actually supports up and coming Moto America racers. I don't know if I can say their names right now, but you guys stay tuned. Anyway, and Stuart, one thing that I tell everybody all the time: don't spend your hard-earned money on an off-the-rack suit because it's not going to fit you correctly.
I did.
We all did when we first started, right? Let's just be honest, right? And nobody's going to forget when you first put on your first proper leather suit. I'm talking about off the rack, right? Before your custom. Man, you feel like Superman. Like, I can do anything.
My first one was like 4 sizes too big. It was an old Dianese, probably like 9 years old. And it was like, there's a picture of me somewhere out there on Facebook or on my computer. And it's like, shoulder pads, just the whole front arms just balled up, wrinkled everywhere. Ed Jennings just bombing around.
Freaking going down the front straight. It's like a parachute. It's like trying to pull you back. Yeah, it's choking you. You're like, I gotta breathe.
You could get it on like nothing, but it was just it was old. It was old and it was massive. For my friend Kevin Soltis, he lent that one to me. It was passed down.
My first one was an AGV sports suit that was a hand-me-down, and it was 3 sizes too big, so much to where I could put on a sweatshirt and another sweatshirt and then put it on. I was like, oh, it's cool. I'll get used to it. Then I can, when it's cold, I can put it on because it was perforated. And, so I tell everybody, bisontrack.com. Yeah, I'm an ambassador, but Robert and Tasha Carter and Edith are some of the most amazing people you're ever going to meet in your entire life. The whole process.
My friend Joel, actually, Joel Eckelman.
Yeah. And Stuart, the whole process is simple, right? You sign up, you get custom measured and tailored specifically for you. You pick the colors, the logos, the whole nine. My suit's hanging up in the background. I got the chest protector. I got the gloves. I got the undersuit, the whole nine.
You out there racing with us, eh? Next time.
Absolutely, right? Yeah, I love that, right? From Canada, Yeah, I love it. Actually, speaking of Canada, Moosehead beer. Yeah, it's pretty good. My buddy, he's religious Moosehead guy, and I never tried it. And he's like, dude, you got to try it. He keeps saying, you got to try it. You got to try it. And I'm like, I'm funny in particular when it comes to beer. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Give me one. Let me try it. And I was like, holy shit, this shit's actually really good.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
I'm sure it's the American versionized of your guys' home beer, right?
Like Miller High Life or something, champagne of beers, but Northern edition, if I had to say it, yeah.
Miller High Life sucks ass. Just to be honest, I'm not a Miller High Life guy.
Bad. It depends if it's cold. If it's cold, it's not bad.
It's got it's same thing with PBR, right? Pat's Blue Ribbon. Everybody's like, "Oh, Pat's is good." It's really good if it's ice cold.
Yeah.
If it's kind of lukewarm, it sucks ass, people.
That's all people up north drink is PBR and Bush Heavy. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, it's the cheapest one you can get. Like back home, I think a case was like $45.
Bro, like it's so
PBR is 43, something like that. It's not cheap back home.
I guess if you're gonna mix it with tomato juice and a little bit of hot sauce, I can deal with it, right?
Yeah.
I like Guinness, and I like my Guinness warm. Room temperature. It's got to be room temperature.
I can only drink like one, and then I feel like I ate a whole meal. But those are pretty good.
So this is the issue, right? All the stouts, they're really good, but they're so heavy. So you drink one, you're like, I can't even eat them. I'll order dinner, and I'm like, I can't even eat now. I'll just take it to go. And they're like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, dude, look how thick this is, right? I'm drinking motor oil, 20W50, right? Yeah, man. So it's good stuff. But Stuart, absolute honor to have you on the podcast, bro.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Listen, the honor is absolutely all mine. It's the honor. Man, I cherish our friendship more than anything, right? I'm glad that I reached out to you and me and you got to sit down. This could be the first of many podcasts we're going to do together. And Stuart, we got so much to talk about, and I already got a couple comments coming in right now. We ain't even started. So you know what? I usually don't get to the comments at first, but I'm going to go ahead and take care of Gordon, Jacob, and Shelby right now. Yes, thank you guys and girls for watching. Nothing but love. I appreciate every single one of you. So Gordon Willis says, "What is up, Stuart?
What up, Big Gord? GSPN, the homie."
I love it. How did you and Gordon meet?
So I met the whole like Savannah crew actually through my friend Jacob Sutter, and that was at my second track day ever at Jennings, and I was trying to like get out of the 130s, and he was pitted right next to me. Became friends with him, and then started doing track days with N2, and did that, and then went up to Road Atlanta, blew my motor up on the third or fourth session, and then kind of met a couple more people. And then Jacob, after Daytona, I think was like, "Yeah, come race in Weirton like next season." And I was like, "All right." And then I did it, and then I met kind of like the whole awesome Savannah crowd, which are literally, I don't even see them as friends; they're all just one big family. So super grateful to have like all those people in my life, because it made this season just like super memorable, ton of fun. I was like a ball of anxiety the first time I showed up. Never been to Roebling. Like they're all there. Everyone was awesome. That's actually where I met Seth too, Seth Starnes. Yeah.
I love it, man. I say it all the time. Our sport is different than any sport out there. We're one big family. It's incredible the people you meet, and when you show up for your first track day event, first race, right? It's so when I first started in 1999, I got my license. Actually found it, and I've told this many times on my podcast.
Yeah.
I'm super proud that I found it. Right? It was you show up, you do the little class, you put on the orange shirt. At the end of the day, you do a race. As long as you don't crash, yeah, you're fucking
provisional novice.
Yeah, you get a fucking license.
I never even got to do that. I showed up at Daytona and got my license with Team Hammer, and that was my first race weekend at Daytona. That was my very first one.
I love it, man. I love it.
Sitting there with like in the classroom with like T Hobbs, Pash, and Chris Ulrich, like it was nuts.
And you're like, do I really belong here? Like, what's going on right now, right? Yeah.
What's going on? I just wanted to go ride at Daytona. It was a good time.
Absolutely. I can't wait. I'll be at Daytona in March. This will be my first time there. So anybody listening to this, I'll be at Daytona. Please stop by, say hi. You'll see me walking around the paddock doing this like I always do. So yeah, let's go.
I'm hoping I can make it that weekend, but we'll see.
I hope you can too. We had this conversation, Stu. I really hope you can. Absolutely, we will. And then so we got Jacob Sutter, bro. Let's go. Absolutely right, my man.
That's my boy.
I love it, dude. I love it. And then Shelby Adams says, "What's up, Stu?"
Another awesome person, part of the Savannah crew. Always shows up and supports us at the races, hangs out. Awesome dude. Absolutely. Say a prayer with anybody. He's a good dude.
I love it. I love it. And then Jacob Sutter again, one of the best dudes I ever met.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. And then look, Cody Kreger says maple syrup.
Yeah, another one of the Savannah boys. Love you, Cody.
It's awesome. And then, of course, we got the fastest chef in the world, my man Jeff Servin from Chef Eats. Incredible dude right there. Or me or Stu or both of us, right? I'm just joking, Jeff. Yeah, I'm just joking.
Jeff's awesome, man.
Jeff is my dude, man. I'm a big fan of Jeff. I do Chef Eats all the time. I'm always talking about Chef Eats. His food's amazing. He is amazing.
I highly recommend it to anybody. Like if you're going to the track or whatever, even if you're just on the go, it's super nice to have.
It's even at home, you take it to work, whatever the case may be. It's incredible food, super healthy. Whatever your lifestyle is, he can cater to you. It's absolutely proper mega, as I always say. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So listen, Terry and Chris, I'll get with you guys here in a minute.
Oh, Terry's here too. Oh no.
Terry Cooper says Canadian bacon.
Yeah, that's me. That's all the homies there. Well, probably not even all of them, but yeah, those are all my very good friends. Love you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I love all you too, man. If you guys, and I'm open to having everybody on the podcast, right? Track day junkie, racer, whatever it is. You guys hit me up.
Some crazy stories, man.
Yeah, I know they do, dude. Cody, Jacob, Terry, listen, hit me up on Facebook Messenger. I'll get you on. We'll have a proper mega really good time like me and Stuart's getting ready to have. So,
Yes, sir.
Stu, let's get into it. I've been so excited about this. Where does your journey begin on the wonderful world of two wheels?
It started actually after I sold. I used to have a right-hand drive RX-7 that I sold to put myself through college when I was in the U.S. I sold it. I got myself through college, and then I had some leftover funds, and was like, I need kind of like I'm a gearhead, so I was like, I need to kind of tinker with something or have something, and then yeah, I ended up buying a 2011 R6 for a street bike and rode that for like a year before I went to the oil field, and then got back from that, and pretty much ended up kind of just like, again, I was like, well, I don't really ride that thing much, whatever. Then my neighbor who used to race, Patrick and his good friend, best friend Kevin, who Patrick started racing, got Kevin into racing. Kevin moved from the 05 636 into an R6 chassis, so he just had the bike. He was called Raider at the time, all like Raiders colors, gray, black. We repainted it and everything, and yeah, he's like, why don't you do track day on this thing? So I did that and went to Jennings for the first time, and yeah, again, an oversized suit, like, just figuring it out. And that was like my kind of how I got into it. Once I did the first day there, it was like I was just hooked, like super hooked. Could not, that's all I thought about for, I don't know.
Still do. That's all I think about, right? It's like the best girlfriend, wife drug in the world, right?
Yeah, it's dialed back. It's definitely dialed back a little bit now. After that crash at Daytona, it was kind of like, whoa, like a little bit of a shift.
Listen, before we get into the whole crash thing, I know me and you had previously talked before, like I do with all my friends. And you was big into car drifting, right? Which is an awesome sport itself. I love to watch the drifts. One of my dream cars has always been 96, 95 RX-7 twin turbo, because nothing beats the sound of a rotary motor.
Yep.
And they look so fucking sexy, right? Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so sexy.
Now, though, I paid 7,000 Canadian for mine way back when, and now they're like upwards of 30, 40, 50 for some nice ones, if not more. I mean, it depends what it is, but some of them are crazy money.
So, side story, I'm over here in Roanoke. This older lady, she was probably me guessing. I'm sorry, lady, if you're listening to this, nothing but love, but probably 60, 65 years old. I'm driving by, and she's got a 1994 twin turbo Supra, 95 white. And I slowed down, and I was like, holy shit, that's a twin turbo. Like, that's rare. You don't see those cars. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stop by, knock on the door. She had a for sale sign in it.
Dang.
Was like, hey, dude, 7,000 original miles. Wanted 50K.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, right? Like, I don't have the money. I just want to see it, listen to it, and let it purr. It was beautiful. I mean, that's one of those rare bar finds. You scroll on Facebook or whatever. Look at the bar find I found. You're like, holy shit! Why can't I come across that?
Now it's like when I look for cars, I just look for shells. I mean, but I'm probably not going to build another car for a very, very long time. But I never got super big into drifting. I just ended up building an S13 when I was in college with an RB20 with a bunch of friends from Gainesville, which are still my really good friends today. Just saw my buddy Eric the other day. Went up there and saw some of them. So yeah, they're the ones that are big into it. Eric works at like Formula Drift. They're all good drivers. Me, and I'm that's why I'm on a bike. It's a little bit cheaper. Like 2 tires are a little bit cheaper than 4, especially when you're just roasting them like lap.
So. Absolutely. And listen, I'm laughing at Jacob, bro. You're a legend, Jacob. He says, like this comment and vote for Stuart, bringing back the mullet.
You can't do that.
Bring back the mullet. Bring back the mullet. I love it, man.
Maybe for Cycle Jam, if I end up attending that, I'll bring it back for that one.
You should, man. You should. It's awesome.
Well, I got Stu Dirt rolling through the pits
with the mullet going on, dude. It's the style, man. I got, my buddy Kyle Casey, again, another guy in for Suzuki. He's got a legend of a mullet, man.
Yeah, those guys are a great group of people.
They're absolutely. Brian, dude. Actually, Kyle's brother, my man Trenton Casey, raced in Junior Cup for the last 2 years. So, yeah, I'm real good friends with him and his whole family. But yeah, bring the mullet back, Stu. We gotta have the mullet, man. You gotta get the mullet.
We'll see. Maybe for Cycle Jam, but I gotta look a little more professional.
Right, I feel you on that. Right. So listen.
Not at the race.
So go ahead, Stu.
I was just saying now that we're not at the racetrack, gotta look a little more well put together.
Right. I need a haircut myself. My wife's always giving me a hard time because she's like, you need to shave your eyebrows. I'm like, my eyebrows? What are you talking about? I go there and look in the mirror. I'm like, holy shit, I really need to shave my eyebrows right now. And get the comb and all that good stuff. So
I don't trust myself to do that.
Terry says, bro, bring the mullet back.
Maybe. For Cycle Jam, I will. You have my word.
All right. Listen, Terry and Jacob, shoot me a message. Me and you're going to get on Facebook. We're going to post Stuart Lankester, bring the mullet back. We're going to get a big vote going. We're going to put it out there. Let's go. I love it, man.
Yeah, my word. I'll show up with a dirty one.
I love it. So, going from cars going up, because everybody, I dabbled in cars a little bit. Every boy loves cars, right? Let's just be honest. You see him on TV, you're like, dude, that shit's awesome. Like, one of my dream cars is a 69 Dodge Charger. Like the freaking Dukes of Hazzard, right? Who don't love the Dukes of Hazzard car with a 440
Challenger for me, but yeah, same thing.
Bro, right? Black, like Vin Diesel had in Fast and the Furious, a big blower sticking out. Yeah, it's yeah, man.
I love classic cars. I wish they would style them a little bit better in today's stuff, but it is what it is.
Back then they were made out of solid metal. You hit something, you're going to destroy whatever you hit. Now you hit something, it just totally destroys your car.
Even the old trucks, everything.
But all of it, right? You're right. In the old the high beam, low beam in the floorboard, the old school proper way, right? Like bring that shit back. It's easy. You just click as you're driving. That
reminds me of my old K car. I had an 87 Chrysler New Yorker. That was my winter beater back home, way back when. And, yeah, love that car.
El Caminos, bring back a new version of the El Caminos, people.
Yeah, right. Those business in the front, truck bed in the back,
bro. All business in the back. Yeah, dude. Listen, it's a whole nother conversation. We go way far left from the motorcycles. Yeah. But that's the beauty of podcasts, man. It's two friends sitting down, just
hang out, talk about whatever.
Talking about whatever, right? So I grew up in the Navy. My dad was a fighter pilot. Obviously, you're a pilot too, and a plane mechanic.
Yeah.
Originally, growing up, every boy wants to mimic their dad. Well, whatever job it is they do, And so I got my need for speed. And I wanted to be a pilot there for a little while. And then I was like, yeah, no, I want to keep it on the ground. I'm cool with not being 40,000 feet, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So how
super expensive. So there is that, unless the military pays for it.
Which they did for my dad, right? But how did you get in the whole pilot mechanic adventure?
I started off working on cars like right out of high school. Actually, while I was in high school too, just always tinkering with all that stuff. And then started at Mazda. After I went through, I started at Mazda and then switched over to Mercedes for a little while there, and whatever. And kind of just got tired of cars. Like I realized that I liked tinkering with them. I didn't want to do it as a career. So then I had an opportunity pop up to work on aircraft, and I was like, well, I guess I'll try it, and then ended up loving it. And then my dad had bought an LSA, like a light sport aircraft, and got his license. And yeah, I mean, that was kind of it. I kind of got introduced to it, and then I realized over time, like, I think it'd be more fun to fly them than fix them. So that kind of just snowballed into where I am now.
I love it, man. I remember my dad, he would take me up flying little Cessnas growing up at the airport. We'd go to the airport, we get a Cessna, and we get up there, and I'll never forget. It's like the first time you drag your knee, your very first track day, your very first event, the whole nine, right? So we get in this Cessna, he fires up. We got the whole shit, the sunglasses, the whole nine, take out. All of a sudden, I don't know what fucking altitude we're at. He looks at me. He says, "Are you ready?" And I look at him. I'm like, "I was born ready." He said, "Good." And he, let's go. He's like, "You take the controls," and I fucking wig out. I was like, "What are you doing? Oh my god, we're gonna crash!" Right? He's like, "Dude, just calm down. Just grab it. This is how you do it, right?" And then, all that in the pedals, and it was
getting on the rudders and the yoke. Yeah,
bro, I'll never forget that whole experience. It was one of the experiences I remember being when him taking me my first ride on the bike, sitting on the gas tank, my hands on top of his hand. It's that same experience. It's something I'll never forget, and I cherish it more than anything. Right?
yeah. I never got that. I got introduced to bikes super late. Like I was never allowed to have a motorcycle growing up because my parents probably knew, like 100%. Like
they're like, we got to keep him. We got to keep Stu off of bikes for a while.
Yeah, even when I was in the oil field, like I had a really good friend of mine, Jeremy Foyt, and on our days off in between hitches there, I mean, at first when I first got there, right, it was like I rented a bike and then ended up buying a KTM SXF 450 with a big bore in it. And we were trail riding all over, like just all over the mountains, having bombing around single track enduro, just having a blast. Like, so that was like my kind of only experience with dirt. You know, like I knew how to ride, but it's nothing like motocross or supercross or nothing like that. I don't think I have it in me to try that even. Like I had actually a KX 250, and yeah, I was just bombing around on that thing in between rounds every now and then. It's like the sand pits kind of behind the airport, and I got bucked over the bars and took it like right to the, I think it was like my kidney or my spleen, and that was when I just like sold it. I was like, I knew right away. I was like, oh, man, I'm gonna get hurt if I keep messing around with these. So
I remember my first dirt bike that I actually bought with my own money was a 1997 CR 125.
Damn.
And I was like, dude, this thing's a fucking beast, right? 2-stroke. It's so fast, when you're not used to it. And I was out there obviously practicing my wheelies. I'll never forget my buddy. I seen him coming down the street to meet me at the house, and I'm like, I got this, right? I'm second, third, and I'm looking at him, and I just flipped it. Boom, 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 dude. I ended up, tearing a ligament in my knee and the whole nine. They're absolutely amazing bikes, is what they are.
You just much fun, but they are.
You got to respect them.
They are so
100%.
I'm a 4-stroke guy because I don't think I got the stones to just go rip on those. Like those things are nuts. Even a 250, like a 250 is insane.
They're fast, bro. They're like, holy shit. They're because you got to just keep them pegged the whole time to get the best out of them, right?
I mean, people that come from dirt into road racing are just so fast. Like the level of commitment difference, I'd say, in situations is like bar none, fucking way gnarlier on dirt. In my
bro,
other people might say otherwise, but.
So I got buddies that are real good on dirt bikes. They take me out here to one of our local tracks. It's about 45 minutes away. And it's the first time I've been there. So they have a motocross track, and they also race VHCSS. So it's woods trail racing and all that. So they're like, dude, we're gonna go out here, and me, I'm talking shit, dude, blah 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 blah. We get to this track, and I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, I'm not hitting that fucking jump. There's no way. You call me pussy all you want. I don't care. I'm not hitting it. They're just sending it, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing the little whoops, hitting the little kid jumps and all that, thinking I'm
even people bombing triples and quads. It's like that's
bro.
It's like it's nuts. I don't know how people just send it that hard. That's what I mean by the level of commitment. Is just like I don't know. I could send it into turn one. I could do whatever as best I can. Maybe tuck the front, whatever,
but the dirt's like
flying through the air, fully committed. Like on a
balls this big, right? It's like
ruts all over the place. Like it's just that's a different type of animal for me. Yeah.
So I remember, man, we're going down here, and this is why I got to have my second wrist surgery done. We were down this trail. Of course, men will be men. It's hard to put our egos aside. They're used to this. It's my first time there. Of course, I got to keep up, right? I as long as I could just see them, I'm keeping up. I'm good, right?
That's what I did all year,
bro. So we hit this little motocross track, whatever. It wasn't big jumps. We're all hitting it, having fun, laughing, talking shit, smiling, tucking the front wreck in because you're not going fast. You get up, whatever. They're like, okay, look, after this one lap, we're gonna go hit these trails. I've never been here. I'm like, let's go. Bro, we leave the motocross track. We start hitting the trails. We're about 10 minutes into it, and all of a sudden, everybody disappears to the left. Of course, I'm going to follow them. I don't know what the fuck's coming up. Dude, it's literally this incline hill that's so steep, right? And it's probably at least 100 yards. So I come running down this hill. I'm third gear tapped almost, right? And there's these ruts, and I don't know what side to stay on. And I get in these ruts, and I'm like, I'm absolutely going to eat ass. Like there is no question I'm going to eat ass. So everything it's when you get in that situation, you naturally want to tense up, right? So I tell myself, let go, loosen up,
Yeah.
bend your knees, sit up, lean back, just let the bike do what it's going to do. I made it. But when I come down and I hit the bottom, it had this big rut. I hit it. My fucking feet come like 6 feet in the air off. I'm barely holding on to the bars. I'm like, I see my light flash from my, I'm getting ready to eat shit, right? I save it. I get back on the bike when I did. I snapped my tendon in my wrist, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, we go back, fast forward, did the same fucking thing again, right? I didn't learn from my mistake from the first time.
Yeah.
Because
I remember you talking about you just got wrist surgery a little while ago. Yeah.
Dude, so I got my second wrist surgery coming up March 18th. They actually called me today. They're actually going to shave my wrist bone down and fix the tendon. So, yeah.
Man, I'm stoked for you, man. That's awesome. I've never actually had like a crazy injury, so I've been very, very fortunate. Super fortunate.
I've been there more times. So I cracked my collarbone motocross, but it wasn't to where they had to do surgery. They just put me in a sling to where it would
kind of heal itself.
Heal itself. It was it was rough. I fucked up my knee to where it swelled up like a basketball. I was on crutches for a year. Had to do all this physical therapy, get it drained, tendons, dude. It was, but all motorcycles, you know. And I remember when I went to go see my doctor, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do surgery, this and that." My first question was, "When can I ride again?" He's looking at me. He's like, "Dude, you're like 45 years old. Ain't you want to give this shit up?" I was like, "I give it up when I'm dead. I'm not giving it up, right?"
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that
it's
whole
hard, man. I mean, it's just such a good experience to enjoy, especially when you're around such great people. Like, I don't know, I'm sure some people get that feeling on the street. Like for me, I rode alone the only time I ever rode, and just on highways. Like it was never anything crazy. And then when I got into the track environment, it was like, coming from Canada, I didn't know anybody really. I had my friends in Gainesville. I had my neighbor and his buddy Kevin. And it was like, I just met a bunch of awesome people, and now I have a ton of friends that are just wicked. Like I'm super grateful.
A family. We got a bunch of family is what it is.
Yeah.
But the injuries it comes with our sport, just like any sport you play, you're going to get injured some way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah. At some point.
It's something that we don't ever think about. Even now, when I go out and ride, I don't fucking care about injuries. I'm gonna fucking send it. Like, while I still can, I'm a full gas, pin the gas, baby. Let's go. Right, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah,
right. So
this year, like I hadn't ridden. I'd never been to Roebling. I'd never been to Barber. I'd never been to CMP. I'd been to Road Atlanta like once. So I was like figuring out, like I'd only ever ridden Jennings and been to Road Atlanta like once because my motor blew up. So I don't really count that. I got like maybe 20, 30 laps in. But yeah, it's like all these tracks are brand new. And I mean, after Daytona, my first race, I mean, I was put, because I got second in 2 out of the 4 races that I did. So they were like, congratulations, you're going to expert. I didn't know it was a championship, like end of the year thing. I mean, I was totally new. So then I went to expert, and it's like my first race at Roebling. It was like, I remember looking at the grid, and it was like Chuck Ivey, Shane Maggs, Riston, I forget who else was there, like 4 Moto A dudes or something like that, like on the grid with me. And I was just like, dude, I don't know if I bit off more than I can chew or not, like it was super, super nerve wracking, like the first one ever. And then I meet everybody, and everyone's just the coolest people ever.
Chill, right? They're just normal humans, like me and you. I remember, so when
they're so fast.
Listen, I had the same experience. So when I was coming up and I first got into road racing in '99, the guy to beat out there in Phoenix was Mark Ledesma, and he was like a god to everybody, right? He'd smoked everybody. And I remember I get out there on the track the first time he comes by me, and I'm like, holy shit and bricks. Like this is my first crash, because of course I got to keep up with the guy, right? Tuck the front first corner because I'm breaking as late as I ever broke. I had no fucking clue what I was doing. Went to tip it in, still on the brakes, and just shoot, there it goes, right? First elbow drag too, right? Shoulder and all that shit went along with it.
Mine was at Jennings, turn 9. I just lost the rear. I don't know how, but that was my first elbow drag. Fuck the shit out of the front. Or I guess technically, I don't know if I lost the front or the rear. They both just kind of washed out. There's that little bump in turn 9 that just unsettled the whole bike.
done. And it happens so quick. And it's funny because when you're out there on the track and you get in this rhythm, it's almost like time slows down. It's weird. It's hard to
Yeah.
explain. Um, but then when it feels great, it's great. When it's bad, it's bad, right? But that's what challenges you and pushes you mentally and physically, and how to overcome these obstacles, right? And you can apply that to everyday life too, as well. So yeah,
Yeah, when I'm on track, I really am like if I'm at a track day or like doing like the warm up session, like I'm thinking, and then after that, like once I'm going past, like I don't know, really I'm not thinking when I'm on the bike. It just like unless I'm coming up on somebody and I'm trying to pass them, then that's like when I think that's the only time really. Yeah, the rest is kind of just I just take in what I'm seeing and just send
and
it.
just roll with it, right? Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
The only thing I really focus on is just apexes, right? Apex. I mean, there's so much also, I guess, subconsciously that I do, but I don't even realize it.
Yeah.
I go out there, have fun, bomb around, go as fast as I can.
That's what we all do, right? Just having fun. It's the greatest feeling in the world. There's nothing that's I've found to ever replicate any of the feeling that I ever got. The closest thing, and I say it, is skydiving. That's the closest thing I've ever um, come to that's given me that. It's hard to explain the feeling you get. I call it freedom. It's the most free you'll ever get to feel in your entire life. So it's
Hopefully, I get to do it this year. That's the plan. Maybe in summer when it warms up a little bit. It was like 36 degrees when I got up today, so let it get a little warmer before I jump out.
it was 12 degrees when I woke up, right? And so everybody knows I love ice baths, right? I love ice baths. I don't do cold showers. I used to do it. I'd rather just get in, shoulder down, do my breathing, get out. The shower's okay as long as you stay in one position, but as soon as you move like this, it starts over and you're like, ah! Right?
Done a couple of those in my days.
Yeah, right. So I'll go out. It's snow and it's like snow and ice on the ground. I'll go outside my swim trunks and walk in the snow. My wife's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, this is great. I love this." Right? Lay down, do my little snowman butterfly, whatever. Yeah, snow angels there. Um, the cold don't really bother me a whole lot. When it's super cold, it does. It's funny because it does and it don't. Right? It's a positive and a negative to it. But so listen, let's talk about you getting into track days, you getting into racing, and then how did you and Mark 10, which is an absolute legend, come together?
Yeah, super huge shout out to Mark. Like absolute awesome human being. That's who helped me tremendously. Like even when I first started and throughout all this season has always been there to help me. I met Mark at Daytona at my first race weekend ever. And I walked up to him with like a 5-year-old used SC0 takeoff that I had. I was like, "Hey man," like because I didn't know him at the time. Like, "Hey man, what do you think about this thing? I know this date code's a little old, but I'm thinking about running it." And that dude looked at me. He's like, "You can't run this tire." Like, "What do you mean I can't run this tire?" He's like, "Dude, it's 5 years old." I'm like, "But it looks pretty good." He's like, "It's Daytona, man. You gotta hear it. Let me set you up." So he got me on. I think they ran a soft compound back then, but yeah, he got me set up, and yeah, I started hooking and booking, and it was a blast. That was the first time I ever met him, and then I always was picking his brain throughout that weekend, asking him, advice or whatever, because he knew, he's been around way longer than me, and I didn't know anybody really, so I'm just kind of figuring out. And Mark was just always there for me, always helping me, and then once I think we became good friends after that weekend, right? And saw him at the 200 as well again, and saw him at a couple of other events, I think. And then when I started racing with Wira, it's just like that's who helped me out all year with tires. Huge shout out to Mark for sure, and always just giving me advice, picking my brain, putting in ideas, making me think, making me a better rider. So yeah, he's a legend, super super great person. I'm very grateful to know him.
He's an absolute legend. I bet Mark, I know you're gonna listen to this, mate. Dude, we got to get together. You got to sit down with me, right? He's
a wealth. He's a wealth of knowledge, man.
He is. That'll be a session where I have to sit at least 2 hours aside because we can just sit there and blah 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 blah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I've heard about Mark 10.
I talk for like 2 to 3 hours sometimes on the phone every time. It's awesome. He's a good dude.
That's part of the beauty of our beautiful circus, as I always call it. Everybody, like me and you, Stuart, we're at the track. We got the same bike. You come up to me and say, bro, I fucking don't have a 43 rear sprocket. You got one? Absolutely, bro. Here you go. And you got there and you kick my fucking ass. We come in, bro. What fun that is, dude. We had a proper mega time. Dude, you kick my ass. I need my sprocket back. No, I'm just joking. You go on and keep it, right?
I was Will loose all season because I didn't have a 42 2.3 sprocket. So I was always rolling over to him. Hey man, can I borrow that 42? And he'd borrow it. I'd show up at the next round. I'd give it back to him. And I'd show up at, I think I went to a barber. I ran 1542, I think. And he's like, yeah. I was like, walked over. I was like, Will, I need it. And he helped me out. He's way faster than me. I don't have enough laps at barber. I think I did 36 to 37. Not fast.
But that's also the beauty, and it says a lot about the people in our beautiful circus, right? Everybody's there to have a good time. Everybody's family, and everybody wants to see everybody succeed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cut down the lap times and the smiles and the energy. I'm an energy guy. You get in the paddock, and it's just this.
You gotta come by the Savannah Gypsy, little town that we got set up at Roebling sometime. Sure,
I will. 100%.
We just had an awesome little private day too, and they, I think Heidi organized it with everyone, and it was like ended up being a Low Country boil. That was my first one ever. Man, it was just awesome.
So good, right? Yeah, the corn, the shrimp, the sausage. Let's fucking go, people. I'm in. You let me know. I'm gonna be there, 110%. I love to.
Sure, come to the first round at Weir. It's a good time.
One of my favorite things to do is sit down and do these, but then meet you in I call it real life, right? Like we're cartoon characters right now doing this, but it's all that's when it comes full circle, and it's just a proper mega time. And I will. I got a busy.
We met briefly at Daytona when I was hobbling around. I said hello to you.
Yeah. I didn't. When I go to the races, man, it's like I'm so excited to be there and honored to be there. I have to go around and say hi to everybody, right? It's like, hey, what's up, man? Let me get a hug, blah, blah, blah. It's one of the Jacob said, say less. We'll get that organized. Yes, we will, Jacob. 110%. Like I said, hit me up on Facebook Messenger. We'll get it done. Yeah. I'll nothing like getting together with family and cookouts, and
that's why it takes me so long to get set up and pack up every time. I got to say hello and goodbye to everybody.
I'm the same way, man. I'm like, I look, especially when VR, I go to VR for Azure weekends. I hang out with Riston Greg. Big shout out to Riston and Steve, awesome. Gus Rodeo, Brandon Posh, dude, all of Jason Doss, they were all there. And I'm like, my wife's like, you got to be home by 7. I'm like, okay, I got shit. I'm good. Here comes 7 o'clock. I ain't even fucking left VR yet because I'm running around going, goodbye, see you guys later, right? It's
track I really, really want to go ride one day. It looks like a blast.
Dude, you need to. Like I said, dude, you got a free place to stay right here. I'm an hour and 20 minutes away. We'll go camp out. I'll cheer you on. We'll fucking have a proper mega Willie good time, man.
If I can find time for it. I don't have a lot of time as of right now, unfortunately.
Listen, I feel you. It's a struggle with time, full-time job,
balancing out between everything.
Podcast, full-time wife, son, the whole nine. So it's pre-July 4th, 5th, and 6th. Andrew, I can't do my wife's birthday's on July 4th. If I go to a fucking racetrack on July 4th, I will be divorced. I'll probably be murdered. So that's absolutely out the question. My wife loves road racing and she fully supports me, but she's like, yeah, when it comes to my birthday, that's a no bueno. So,
and you get to celebrate America too.
At the same time, fireworks, beers, cookout. It's probably a really good time, right? Yeah.
Burn out. Like my bike, I mean, I put Chris Cruzel, huge shout out to him. It's just like
dripping wet graphics, baby. Let's go.
Massive American flag on both sides. And then the Green Beret Foundation, awesome foundation if anyone ever wants to donate. Like I got a bunch of really cool people on the bottom there. A bunch of people that have helped me throughout the season and people I support. So
I'm laughing. Patrick Henry says more free time then. Yeah, but You're right, right? Yeah, yeah. I'm not doing that. But anyway, yeah, it's a thought. I will. We'll plan together. I would love to sit down with everybody that's watching this podcast right now and get together with you and do a proper track day and cook out and the stories and the
Yeah,
campfires.
we need to see you get back on track and start shredding.
We will. I just need to get over. I need to get this surgery done and all that good stuff, and then I will.
That's the key right there.
It is. It is. I'll be back. Trust me. I will. I'll absolutely be back. So, dude, bro. So obviously, me and you talked. The whole 2024 season was really good for you. Mark 10. The tire guy.
Yeah, and Zeb and James Block too. Huge shout out to them for also helping me with tires and parts. They're a great group.
I love it, man. I love it. So and then you said, what's going on in 2025, Stu?
I don't know yet. Probably going to be taking a bit of a step back. I think that I made every round except for tally for the Southeast because if I'm going that far, I'd rather be a barber. Barber's just a wicked time. But yeah, I probably going to take a step back, only do like a handful of rounds if I can, with time permitting this season. And then the goal was to try and maybe do the 200 in 2026, maybe. But it'll give me a little bit of time to prep for that. The bike's been a stock motor for all last season. It'll be it for all this season. So eventually it'll get something cool and be a little bit more competitive. And if I were to go and try and do that, but that's like the end goal, is just to go and run the 200 for sure. That's
100% bucket list, right? Check.
And just in terms of like the seat time that you get, the money that you're spending, like for me, it's in my backyard. It's the closest round. And I don't have the pace anywhere else really. And I don't even have the pace there, but I could qualify there. So I'm like, whatever, might as well try it and see how I do, against the big dogs.
Listen, I'm a firm believer. Well, growing up as a little kid, we think our life is this long. At the age we're at now, young adults, mortgage, all this shit, dude, we realize our time span is this big. So I'm a big advocate for do what you love, follow your passion. You only live once. Let's fucking go, people, right? Yep. Like, everybody knows I'm a huge fan of BSB. I went to Cadwell Park. I'm going back again. It's a bucket list. TT, Isle of Man TT is absolutely my favorite race the whole year. One day I'll go. I even told my wife, if I die and I hadn't been able to make it, she already says I'm going to burn you a cremate. I don't give a shit what you do. I'm fucking dead, right? But what I want you to do, if I don't make it, fly my ass out there to the TT. I don't care where you're at. Just
it's crazy that you say that, because at Daytona we actually ended up meeting Gary Johnson and Mike Mace, who helped me try and put the bike back together. But yeah, they were with Moto Mutt. I forget his name, but awesome dude. And they had the Ducati. And I think something happened to the bike and they had a mechanical. And they ended up running the relay for the endurance on all of my friend like Jacob's bike, Dee Dee's bike, and forget what other bike. But yeah, they ended up running and borrowing our bikes, and I think they got second or something like that. And then now all of a sudden we were kind of just friends with these crazy dudes from overseas.
Bro,
they're a great group. They're awesome people. Like after my wreck, they were sitting there in the pits with me for like 2 hours.
Gary John, dude, he's a fucking legend at BSB, bro. Yeah, we conversate. He is
he's a legend.
He's absolute fucking legend, man.
Super nice guy too.
The TT guys to me are just on a whole never level.
That's like when we were talking about dirt. That's like the same level of just stones.
Like,
yeah.
My question to everybody that runs the TT, bro, is where do you hide the wheelbarrow? And they're like, what wheelbarrow? To carry your fucking size of your nuts around in the paddock, mate. Like, goddamn,
that's a different type of road. Like, that's real road racing. That's something.
That's where we originated, right? Is real road racing before all the circuits, circuits come along. Is you give men in 1907 2 wheels and a motor. We fucking got to go racing. Let's go, right? It's 4 wheels. Let's fucking go. Everybody there pumping up the bumping the engines, turning the wheels, and all that good stuff. Let's just fucking eat it.
By nature for sure.
100%. But it's also hard for us to put our egos aside, and especially when it comes to racing, like I'm a big fan of you know growing up racing the smaller bikes, getting that seat time in, and really proper learning how to race before you go out and go buy 600 or 1000. Right, get that racecraft down. A lot of us, some of us start on 600s.
Yeah, that was me.
Um, yeah, which is fine. My advice is coaching. Don't buy the exhaust. Don't worry about all that bullshit. The fucking bling bling, I call it, right? The
Spend
Gucci
4 grand.
bags. You don't need that shit, right? It's not going to make you faster. You're going to look good, but when you're out there on track, you don't look good, right? You might sound good, but you don't look good. You
Mhm.
need that coaching and all that good stuff.
And it takes time. Like seat time's the biggest thing.
Bro, that's why I'm a fan of endurance racing. You start endurance racing, bro, you get so much seat time for the same bang for the buck. It's unreal, right? Plus, this is my thing, Stu, on endurance racing. Me, you, and Terry Cooper, we go out and we're going to do a 4-hour endurance race, right? Well, my riding style is different from yours, different from Terry's. The way I like my suspension, your clip-ons, the rear sets, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a big compromise. But once you get on that compromised bike and you learn to go fast on that bike, man, it makes you a better rider too, as well, right?
Mhm.
When you finally get back on your bike. So big advocate on yeah, endurance racing.
Much bang for your buck for seat time, hands down. You know what I mean?
Bro, have you done any endurance racing or plan on it in the future?
No, I mean I did want to try and do some just solo endurance. Like I was gonna hopefully try and do some this season before our like all this kind of life stuff happened. But I mean that would be like ideally the goal is just to get as much as I can. Like I'm not going there to compete. I'm just going there to ride, get laps, get the endurance on the bike itself, like physically. You know, be able to go bomb like 30, 40 laps out there and on like shag tires and just get seat time. You know, have fun. That's basically all I want to do. That's why I debated on like maybe trying to do more of like the relay stuff if I have an opportunity and if I'm able to. But yeah, I'd love that. I mean, endurance is wicked.
Absolutely. I know a lot of people that race endurance. So when you're ready, mate, hit me up, bro. I'll get you in. Listen, I got you. I want to get back to a couple of these comments because we actually got a shit ton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Jeff Servin says Stewart was going to hop on a fucking plane and bring parts to CMP during a race weekend. Dude is a legend. And
Yeah.
so are you, Jeff. And yes, he is.
Yeah, I was gonna bring him my spare set of forks, and I think he ended up finding a set there, and then I ended up needing those after the wreck at Daytona. So full circle.
Bro, it is. It really is. Brennan, mate, dude, he says legends. It was awesome racing with you at the GNF.
I wasn't at the GNF. I was at
No?
Daytona. No, but I did
Okay.
race against him at Road Atlanta.
Okay, Road Atlanta. Yeah, there you go.
That
And
dude could have around.
so big shout out to Brennan, man. I'm happy for you. So I used to vape. I quit. I'm on Thursday. So I'm on day 7 of no vape at all. So I gave up vape. I'm not vaping. I hit him up. I was like, Brennan, I stopped vaping. So he sent me a text message. Was it today, Brennan, or yesterday?
Yeah,
He's like, dude, I quit. So, dude, mate, stay on it. You got this. If you need to talk, hit me up, dude. Yeah,
I'm stoked to see how he does this season too. I think he's running Weir again in the super sport class. It'll be good. It's just cool to see how everyone does. You know, I'm rooting for everybody since I won't be at like every round. I'll be watching live timing though, for sure.
Me too, religiously, right?
Shout out to Brandon and Mr. Hart, Big Phillip there.
Dude,
Awesome.
Philip's my dude. Yes, dude. They're absolutely amazing human beings. I can't wait to meet Philip and Brennan in a real life. He also
met them like briefly through the paddock, but yeah, super great people.
They are. Brendan says my team owner threatened to cut off mine. Talking about the mullet in my sleep if I kept my mullet, grow it out for me.
Yeah, I mean it'll come back eventually. Probably for Cycle Channel. I'll just do it for the weekend or something.
Right, just to make everybody happy.
Yeah, then everyone will stop bullying me. Bully again.
Friends are awesome, ain't they? Family's great. Yeah, bully. Yeah, let's go. Okay, nah, I got you. And Andrew says, Stu.
Huge shout out to Andrew. Awesome dude. He just did his first season of racing too.
I love it. I love it, dude.
He's going back for this year, so it'll be fun watching the all of our friends just duke it out there, especially at Roebling. That's always a good time. Turn 1, everything. Everyone's just bombing it in.
Bombing it in, baby. Let's go. I love it. Alex says, Stu, what is up,
Big
Alex?
shout out to Alex too for letting me sleep in his trailer at Road Atlanta. He's a great guy, and he's good. He's going to expert this year too, so he's going to be going up against the big dogs. I'm stoked for him.
Yeah, me too. Congratulations, Alex, by the way, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, him and his whole family are just awesome.
I love it,
Super
man.
grateful to know you, buddy.
That's right. That's right. And then Jacob Sutter says, share the pod, boys. Run these numbers up. Thank you, Jacob. Absolute honor. Absolute honor.
I love Jacob, man. He's awesome.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Tanner, he says, what's up, guys? What's up, Tanner? How you been, bro?
What's up, dude?
Yeah. I hope your day was proper mega as you are, Tanner. Absolutely. Let's see. We got Amanda. Amanda Cooper says, yee, mullet power. That's how we dozer. I love it.
Yeah, big shout out to Amanda and Terry also for letting me sleep in their toy hauler every couple of rounds there.
I love it, man.
Awesome.
It is, man. It's a big family, man. That's what it's all about. Alan Kellett, thank you for watching. Alan says, no community like the motorcycle community. Alan, man, is coming up too. Ticket packages were 8K. We're already sold out. Listen, this is the thing. I got a lot of friends that race at the Isle of Man. As soon as the Isle of Man ends, you literally got to go on and go ahead and book your flight, book the hotels. You can rent rooms in the houses there on the island. If you don't do it, yeah, they're absolutely sold out, especially if you wait this late in the season.
8K is steep.
listen, it's you can buy packages, but it don't include your flight. Like it depends on the week because it's a 2-week event. If you're going to go for the first week or the second half of the week,
for 2 weeks, that wouldn't be that bad. Just see everything.
No. Listen, you can choose, right? If you go for the full 2 weeks, yeah, it's going to cost you more than that. But yeah, it was like the packages start at like $2,500 per person, and that don't include flights or hotels, right? But again, it's a bucket list, dude. Where else on the earth can you go and literally sit 4 feet away from somebody coming at you at 200 miles an hour on a public road, right? And the adrenaline and the history, bro,
those dudes are nuts.
They are amazing humans. People always talk about, Valentino Rossi, which is my favorite. I named my son Hayden Rossi after Nicky and Valentino, but the goats and all this.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, the public road racers, they're the ones that they're the real goats. They're the real
Guy Martin, legend.
Dude, Guy Martin, John McGinnis, dude, I can go on and on and on, right? Joey Dunlop. It's
the rest of the gang there, yeah.
Bro,
nothing but respect for those guys. They're a different breed for sure. To continuously go back and do that after what they've been through, it's like, yeah, it's nuts.
The best way I can explain it, Stu, to people that don't understand is the people that race public road races.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody heard whatever job you work, confined space. Are you comfortable in a confined space, right? So when me and Stu and Terry Cooper and all these people, we go out, Brennan, go to a racetrack, our confined spaces is this fucking big, right? So we're comfortable doing mock but Jesus, whatever we think we're doing, we're comfortable doing that, right? Well, we get in a confined space this big, guess what? We're not fucking comfortable anymore.
Yeah.
Those lads, they're super comfortable doing that, right? So it's just something different mentality wise in their brain that makes them that comfortable doing that, which makes them legend. To me, it's not the solo riders, right, that do it. It's the fucking sidecars, more or less the monkeys that sit in a sidecar that are the most bizarre to me. It's
getting those guys at Daytona was something else,
bro.
Like on the banking, just. I don't know. It was like I didn't even know how to comprehend what I was looking at. It was insane. It was insane.
Freaking awesome, man. So Terry says, ready for some battles this year, Brennan. We had a blast racing together at GNF. It's always a blast Absolutely.
Very
Brennan actually says racing you and Stu was a blast. I look forward to 2025 this year. I think we can battle our way up to the pack some more. Honestly, battling with you this year was the best, brother. You helped me this year so much more enjoyable, and thank you for being you, bro.
Heck yeah, dude. I can't wait to see everyone duke it out this season. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be a proper mega time, as I always say.
Always.
Andrew says, just don't break your shifter in T1 at Roebling again.
Who was that? Was that Jacob or was that Terry? Or was that
I'm not sure. It was one of them.
wasn't me. My stuff works. I bolt check everything before I go out.
Bro, I safety. Wow, I'm so anal when it comes to my bike, bro. It's like, one of my friends that has known me for 25 years, she's like, every time I come over Simcoe, no matter summer, winter, spring, you're always working on your fucking bike, right? It's like, dude, I'm a religious when it comes to torque settings, safety wire. Everything's got to be fucking perfect. If it's not perfect, it plays a momental, right? It's just got to be perfect.
That's how I kind of was at the start of it, and then you kind of are just like, it's off the trail. Like, I'll just get tired. Like, I'll tighten the chain when I get there. Like, I used to be so committed to having everything set up, roll it off, ready to go. And then it was kind of just like, damn, I don't have a lot of time to do this. Like, I'll do it at the track, like the night I get there, or like in the morning, right? I swap tires, do whatever. It's just, if you have the time for it, 100%. Like, it's a blast. I love working on the bike, but after Daytona, that was a lot of work. Swapping frames, everything else, rebuilding the whole thing.
That's to me though. That's part of the beautiful journey. That's part of that work you put in to make this beautiful journey, right? So I challenge everybody, and I say this all the time. Take whatever 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes out of your day, no matter what you're doing, no matter how bad you're in the suck, enjoy that fucking moment. Enjoy it, right? It's part of the beautiful journey that we call life. That's literally this long. You got to enjoy it, right? And it's hard. It's easy to say. It's harder to do. But if you think about it while you're doing it, you'll enjoy it more. You'll smile. You'll put out that positive energy. So to me, it is. There's times where I'm like, fuck, dude, I got to do this. I got to do that. I don't want to do it. I'd rather just have a beer and take a shower and go to bed, right? But then it's more work I got to do and wake up extra early or whatever it is. And it plays on my mind. I don't sleep good. It's whatever. If I get 3-4 hours of sleep, but it's restless sleep because I did everything I needed to do before I went to bed, I have a better day versus putting it off and kind of procrastinating, especially when it comes to the wonderful world of twos, man. It's,
that was me on when I actually shook down the bike after rebuilding it. I drove up to Roebling for the James Block test in November. And then I dropped off the 05 because I was selling it. And then I saw that the actual suspension was getting delivered. It was supposed to be delivered Monday. So I was like, whatever, I'll just go hang out, drop the bike, sell it. And I see my notification on my phone. And it's like, it showed up. So I drove all the way back down from Savannah to Ocala. From Ocala to Apopka, put the bike together, got it a roller, put it in the bed of the truck, went back to Ocala, pulled it off the truck, worked on it with my neighbor Pat for till 2 or 3 in the morning, loaded it back up in the truck, slept for 3-4 hours, woke up, drove back to Roebling, and then rode it, shook it down. It was a good time. That was a lot, though. A lot of work.
But dude, at the end of the day, Stu, that's a journey that you'll never be able to take back, and you enjoyed it so much. You want to do it again. You look forward to doing that again.
It was Jacob's birthday that Saturday. I had no choice. I had to get the bike back together.
Facts, right?
Yeah, even though it was just a track day, it was just everybody was there, and it was Jacob's birthday. I was like, I gotta go do this. I went and did it. I showed up the next morning. It was a little late and tired, but I made it.
That's it, right? That's exactly what it's about. Amanda Cooper says, let's go. Amanda, I love you. Let's fucking go. You're right.
Man is awesome. Man is awesome.
Brendan Triplet says, you both are legends, mate.
So is he.
So absolutely.
In this season.
Listen, I'm so honored, and I'm such a humble guy. Dude, I'm just a normal guy that wants to give back to the sport that's given me so much, right? You guys are absolutely the legends. Jacob and everybody commenting here. Dude, Stu, you guys are the legends.
I can't wait to beat all of them.
Do what?
I'll go back and read all of them. I'm sure.
Yeah, you will. But again, what I was saying is, without all of you, I wouldn't be able to do this. So nothing but love to every single one of you. You guys are the legends. I'm just a guy that loves the sport, trying to give back. But thank you, Brennan. Absolutely, mate. You're a fucking legend.
Yeah.
I already said that. More free time. I'll definitely get murdered if I do that on my wife's birthday, bro. I just can't do that.
You can't go anywhere yet.
No. Gordon Willis says, so we all got a free place to stay.
Oh,
Gordon, bro, listen, absolutely. Anybody wants to come to VRR, do a track day, race that weekend, instead of getting a hotel, you can stay with me. I will post a comment down here with my personal phone number right now. You guys take it down, memorize it, hit me up, shoot me a text. Hey, dude, I'm absolutely in. Yes.
Hopefully, if I ever am up there, I'll definitely hit you up.
Bro, dude, you got my number anyway. You're gonna hit me up anyway. What are you talking about? Yes, dude.
If I
yes.
ever up there, I definitely will reach out to you.
Dude, we're gonna make this happen, dude. Trust me.
Looks like a blast. Can't wait.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking so awesome. William Pendleton, yes, sir. Bro, hit me up. I'm telling you. Cody says Pendleton is the one with some stories.
Yeah, he does have a lot of stories, man. He'd be a character to have on here.
I'll get him on, William. Mate, hit me up, dude. Facebook Messenger. I just posted my number. I'll post it up here in a second. It's actually in the comments down below. I just ain't got to it yet.
He has a lot of stories, man. He's a good guy. Great guy.
He says it's mostly lies, and I love the RC51. I have a 03 RC51 with 16,000 miles on it that I want to sell to invest more into the podcast. If anybody's interested, hit me up. It's all original, all OEM. There's a lot of shit on it that I put on it, but now's not the time for that.
Yeah.
Brennan says, I've been waiting to see you in that new bison on the track. Me too, Brennan. As soon as my wrist gets healed and I have this surgery, I do put it on. My wife makes fun of me because she'll come home. I'm sitting on the couch watching TV in my leather suit. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm living a dream, baby. What are you doing? Right? You know, this guy right here is super sexy. Look at this. She's like, oh my God.
And you can't stand up straight in it.
Right? Yeah. No, I can. Yeah, it's. I love my bison suit. It's absolutely super amazing.
Yeah, I just ran an off-the-shelf Barrick all year, and it's been through 5 crashes now, and probably time for a new suit. If I do need one, I mean, I'll probably definitely be in the shopping area.
Bro, you just hit me up. I got you. That's all you gotta do. Say I'm ready for a custom suit. I got you.
I don't know if I'd go full custom. I mean, I'd rather spend the money. I just need an airbag. If I do go back to do it, that's like mandatory. I'm not going to go riding without one.
Bro, listen, I'm telling you right now, there's nothing like a full custom suit that's tailor measured specifically for you. Listen, this is another dude. We'll talk about this off camera, bro. But I got you when you ready. I got you, homie. Trust me.
I'll take you up on that.
Yeah, I got you. Patrick says, wear 600 grid group Airbnb for the 2026 TT race week.
That would be legendary.
Bro, put me down. I'm so in.
Patrick too. Patrick's fucking goat.
Dude, I will go.
I hope he's doing better after his big wreck.
Patrick, me too. Absolutely. Hope you're healing up, bro, for sure. And get back up there and go get those wins, homie.
Gnarly one at Roebling, I think. I forget which turn, but yeah, he had a pretty gnarly get off.
Man, dude, there's so many comments in here, bro. You're a legend, Stu. Yeah, you're a fucking legend, bro.
Thanks for watching. I'm just me. I'm just a dude trying to figure it out, just like everyone else.
So Alan actually says, fastest you ever gone in T1 at Roebling?
I don't know. I'm not looking down. I can tell you where I break, but I have no idea.
I break at the oh shit marker, and then a little bit past that, right?
Yeah, just kind of scrubbing out. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's some people you hear breaking markers, other people pick different reference points on the track or a certain tree or whatever, right? So a lot of my friends that race the TT, they say it's really difficult because one year you'll go and there'll be certain hedges and mailboxes or whatever, right? And they'll use that. And the next year they go, it's different. That hedge is not there. The mailbox is a different color, or people wear certain type of jackets out there. No, at speed they got okay, break it red, and then you got 30 people out there in a red shirt or jacket, and you're like, oh shit, it's yeah, I can see where it's
everything's always changing. Like rolling is a good example where it's like the drive out of turn 9 really dictates where you're going to break in turn 1. Like if you have a bad drive, yeah, you're going to run it down to like 2-1. But
yeah,
good drive, you're probably going to check up just before 2. Like, I mean, it all depends, right? Because you have more mile per hour. So that's how I ride. Like, if I know I have a good drive, then I'll kind of just back off a touch. But if I know I have a bad one, I'll just kind of run it a little bit more hot in there, just a touch.
And then stand it up and be like, let's go. Yeah.
Turn 1 and roll, I just throw it in there. Hope for the best.
Hope for the best. That's it, dude. Hey, I'm here to see you, baby Jeebus. Let's fucking go, right?
That's why I sit there and I get with Mark Marikow before I go out every time.
Right?
Yeah, I go find the race line ministry guys and I just go talk to them real quick. And then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm ready to go.
Big shout out to Mark and happy birthday, by the way, because you just had a birthday, my friends. Yeah, he's absolutely amazing.
It was my dad's birthday yesterday, so if he's watching, happy birthday, Pete.
Happy birthday, Pete. I hope your day is as proper make as you are, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. Israel said,
Israel, that's who it was. Israel. Yeah. That was the Moto Mutt gentleman from Daytona. Awesome dude.
I love it, dude. Israel, hit me up, mate. Dude, for real. Jacob Sutter says, Gary Johnson, if you don't join this podcast, you're slow. Bro, Gary Johnson is absolutely not fucking slow. He's a legend. Yeah.
He's probably asleep right now.
Yeah, he's 5-6 hours ahead. Yeah, it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning there. He ain't listening to this. He might tomorrow, but right now, no. Israel actually says, preparing to drive to Florida to get my V2 fixed for Daytona. Israel, listen, I'll be there at Daytona. Bro, I'll be in the paddock. This shirt, bright pink shirt. I got other shirts. You pink shirt. Trust me, you will not miss me. Come find me. Love to meet you. And then
big shout out to Israel. Awesome dude.
Absolutely. And then, dude, my fucking one of my best friends, dude, Dustin at M4. He's the guy that got me this hat. Definitely like this guy. He's got a cat. Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. He's a fucking legend, man. I can't wait to see Dustin. It's always Dustin. We meet up more in the hotels. We get to spend more time at the hotel than we do at the track. I always poke my head in the garage. I'm like, Dustin. I give him a real big hug, and then I leave him alone because, dude, he's with Tyler Scott, which is another legend, and he's got so much
ride, dude. Like I was rooting for him all season, man. I was rooting for a lot of the M4 guys, but yeah, I was rooting for everybody. But yeah, Ty's definitely like. Seeing him at Jennings, same with Kayla. I haven't seen PJ there yet, but yeah, like being able to pick Kayla's brain and everything like that, because I see her there pretty often. Dude, she's so fast. It's nuts. It's nuts.
It is, dude. It really is.
And there is just like I don't know, like a 19.6 or like something like that. Like it's quick for me, and then it's like I remember I was doing like a pretty good rip, and then it was like I think it was between turn 10 and 11, and I felt like I was on a good rip, and then Kayla came up underneath me. Just whole bike sideways coming out of 11, and I was just like, damn. So that's what like a 16 looks like, you know. It was nuts. And I talked to her after, and she's like, yeah. I was like, that's insane, dude.
You're like, am I on 100 gram right now? What's going on with this? Yeah, it's
cool. I just pitted in right away too. I got through 11 or 12. I just kicked my leg out. I was like, holy shit. I had to just go comprehend what just happened. It was nuts. It was really cool though. She's done that to me twice, actually. So it's pretty fun every time.
Yeah, Kayla's a legend. Actually, had her on my podcast. Her and my son actually, was it 22 at VIR? First year that I met Yondell Medea. Big shout out to Yondell and his dad Carlos and his mom and the whole family. I love you guys.
Yeah, I met him in October, man. Awesome dude.
Dude, they're fucking amazing. So I met them, me and my son, Yondell, my son, are like two peas in a pod. Next thing I know, it's him and Kayla. They go off and sneak at the VIR hotel, get in the pool, get kicked out twice. And yeah, that's where our whole adventure started with them. And it's been nothing but love, smiles, and laughs. He talks about Kayla and Yondell all the time. So Yeah, they're absolutely Israel, bro. You got to hit me up, dude. He said I bought a van for 4K and lived out of it during the TT. I still have the van,
Legend.
dude. Bro, hit me up, hit me up, bro. Yeah,
Say hi to your dog for me too, Israel.
me too, brother. Me too.
He's
And
got
then we got
dog.
go ahead.
I think it's Duke, if I remember. Yeah, he's got the coolest little pup, man.
I love it, dude. I love it. Then we got my good friend Rohan, bro. What is up, Big Stu?
I don't got a LaCroix, just a polar pot for him, but LaCroix champion right there, dude. 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, he's fucking awesome, man.
Menace on the track. Dude is so fast.
He is, man. Dude, Stu is freaking awesome.
Yeah, watching him through like the S's at Road Atlanta when he was jamming up with everybody, it was just nuts. Because I was like a couple bike lengths back, and then I just lost by like turn. He was turn 7, like on the back straight. Everybody just took off. I'm sitting there just full tuck with no one to tail. Oh man.
Where'd you go? Where'd everybody go? Right? Yeah.
That was when like Kristen and Ryder were battling up with everybody too. I think Donovan was there. Yeah, it was like the whole jammer group. Chuck was there. It was sick to watch it for a lap and then like watch everybody check out. But I'm excited. Hopefully I can do cycle jam there and go back and have a little bit of fun with everyone. That's like one of my favorite tracks. I love Road Atlanta. Barber, I just don't have the seat time at. Like I went there, spun like, I don't know, 2 sessions and then went racing. Like, it's how I did a lot of tracks this year. Just try to do all the prep before it and then you kind of know what to expect out there. But Barber's a technical one because there's so much elevation. Like when I got there, it was like, I remember I couldn't even believe it. It felt like I was at a really nice golf course that I shouldn't be at. That was how I described Barber to everybody. It felt like I was like in the wrong place. You know what I mean? Showing up with the Cowie all beat up, trying to go figure out the track. But it's a super fun one. That's like another awesome track. It's just so far for me that it's hard to justify going all the way out there.
It is. That's the only downfall we have in the United States and like Australia. I got a lot of friends that race in ASBK too. Is the travel distance between races and certain tracks, right? It's unfeasible for a lot of us that live on an average income, right? To drive 3 days to California and spend $10,000 to do a track day for the weekend, right?
That's just at like a club racing level,
right? So it's a
different ball game. But even for club racing, like I did it on a budget, and I still was able to do it. But it's a lot of time to commit, to try and make I made most of the rounds except for Tally, pretty much almost all of them, I think. But yeah, like going into this season, like for 2025, it's like definitely going to kind of just dial it back and just go out there and have fun. That's all I really want to do. Show up at dawn, go ride with everybody, see if I got faster, see if I got slower, who knows. So it'll be a good time. Hopefully I can make a few rounds.
You will, Stu, 110%. And people, this is my number right here. 540-588-5562. Hit me up, save it down, take a picture, remember it, go back, watch it, whatever.
I got that one. I got it already.
Yeah, Stu's already got it. So William says I'll hit him up for sure. I'm looking forward to it. And everybody else, hit me up. I'll get you on. We'll have a proper Mega Willie good time for sure.
He's got a ton of stories, man. That'd be a good one.
He says, rumor has it William Pendleton was the first to ever race a motorcycle, and then William commented, wheels were made of stone. I fucking love it, dude.
Definitely.
Oh my God, dude.
He's been around bikes for a long time.
Oh man. Listen. So, dude, we're an hour and 14 minutes into this podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, I've had so much fun. This has been a proper Mega Willie good time. But listen, before we get off here, I want to transition into one of my favorite parts of the podcast where we get to know Stu on a more personal level, away from the track and all that good stuff. We know about his car drifting, and one thing we didn't touch on is the Daytona crash. So before we transition to the second one, let's talk about the Daytona crash. But man, honestly, I've got to use the restroom real quick, bro. So we got to take a quick break real quick.
You're good.
I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in 1 second. No lie. I'll be back.
You're good, brother. You're good. Dang it, man. I need a LaCroix. I've got to look early. Actually, I'm going to get water too while he's doing his thing. Oh. I can't see the comments. Maybe I can on my phone. Let me look. I can't see the comments. Oh, maybe I can. Turn that down. That's too funny.
All right, quick break, real quick, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I had to freaking go, man, for real. So yeah, Daytona crash, bro. Everybody remembers their first major crash, right?
Yeah, that was a big one.
So talk us through it.
It could have been avoided for one, and I wasn't the one that caused it. But long story short is like Riston showed up because he rode GNF, I think, for the endurance or whatever on Friday. So he showed up and rode Saturday, and I showed up and rode Saturday. So they didn't use our morning qualifying times for the first race of the day, which was before lunch. So they used Fridays. So we thought we were like third and fourth row, and then we ended up getting put to like the very back of the grid because we didn't qualify. And I mean, there was a pretty mixed bag, unfortunately, in that race. And yeah, I just finished the first lap. Came into turn one, and just got completely ran into from the back. So I got launched off the bike at probably like 90-ish mile an hour, and bike apparently landed on me twice. I don't remember really. But I talked to the rider that was behind the dude that hit me, and the guy that hit me stayed up, kept riding, never came to check up on me. Yeah, but I know who it is. It's all good. He's Canadian. From Quebec. It's whatever, but yeah, so that happened. I got launched off the bike, landed on me twice while it was tumbling, and it kind of came to, couldn't really feel any of my extremities, so I was a little worried. And then I think it was just probably adrenaline or shock, whatever. Ended up getting off track. They rolled medical, went to the care center, checked out like I was nothing broken, no internal bleeding, nothing bad. Bike was completely wadded up, pretty bad. It's not great. Yeah, that was kind of just that was my October race weekend. It was one lap. Well, I think we got like 4 or 5 laps. We got one practice / qualifying. Supposed to be 15 minutes, got knocked down to 10. So yeah, probably 5 laps because I do like under a minute usually, or under 2 minutes for my lap times there. So yeah, probably got like 4 or 5 laps plus the first lap of the first race, and then that was it for my weekend there. But yeah, it was a bad one. Luckily, like no injuries. Bike was new frame, forks, subframe, triples, clip-ons, windscreen, bodywork, swing arm, like
the whole thing, the whole nine.
Yeah. Motor was good. Motor was great. I mean, I rode it since, so it's good. Now the suspension's been gone through by Mr. Fitzgerald, their thermosman. So got that all redone, dialed in, changed a little bit of the geometry on the bike, and found out that my forks were never extended in the front. So I was riding on that all year with the rear end like way jacked up. So it's probably how I didn't tuck the front half the time. So there was just so much weight on it. So yeah, it was a boat. It was a boat to ride that thing. Now it's like when I rode it after I fixed everything, it was like turning too good. So I was early to every apex. So now it's like it's really cool because it's set up properly, and I could roll and like with way more roll speed, later braking. The bike actually turns basically finally. So it was like a blessing in disguise. I ended up being okay. Bike ended up being way better setup. So it was like win-win. Minus like, and I didn't get injured, so it ended up working out. But it definitely gave me a pretty hard reality check just for how it could have been. Because if I had, say, gotten paralyzed or lost a digit, whatever. I mean, there goes my medical. So there goes my career in aviation for flying. I mean, technically, I guess you could get a soda or something. You could try and do around it, but it just complicates a whole lot. If not, if I'm paralyzed, I can't fly a plane.
Yeah.
Maybe I can ride a bike. Shout out to Cora, but plane, I don't know. I don't think I can get away with that one.
Yeah. Cora is an absolute legend of the sport for sure, right? And you're right. First and foremost is you got to protect your job because that's what pays the bills and the mortgage and all that good stuff. So
one pays the bills, one takes the bills money.
One pays me not enough, the other one takes too much of it, right? Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Pretty much in a nutshell, man. But it's been really good. It's been pretty dang good. So very fortunate, man, that I'm all right. Very fortunate that I got an awesome group of friends that are still pushing me to try and get out there, you know. So
that's right.
Still got the bike. It's still all back together. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna go try and have some fun on it maybe this year.
And you will, absolutely. And I'm laughing at Jacob. He says joining your own pod is legendary.
Yeah, we're taking a pee. I was like, oh, let me read these comments. And I said, I got it.
Man, I can't help it, dude. I don't do it very often. Like, I'm pretty good at holding it, but I absolutely had to pee, man. So yeah,
you're good, man. Don't worry.
It's freaking.
It's awesome. Funny. I got to read through some of those, and there's a lot.
There's a lot, dude. There really is. I love it. Oh my God. Well, listen, dude, this has been a lot of fun. Let's transition into the second part of this podcast. To where we get to know Stu away from the track and all that good stuff. Obviously, you're a pilot, you're a plane mechanic. You was into cars and all that stuff back in the day. But let me ask you this, man. Well, obviously we know what your day job is, but what's for dinner tonight, bro?
I don't know, really, man. Probably a salad, maybe charcuterie or something like that. I've just been eating really lean. Like since the Daytona crash, I'm down like 22 pounds. Just been in the gym like a lot. Quit smoking, all that.
Love it. Congrats.
Out to where are they? Where did I put them? Shout out to the Zins. The best thing ever.
Dude, my buddy at work's got the Zins. He's like, you want one? I just quit vaping. I was like, don't tip me. Like, I really wanted to try one, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna pass on that, man.
Yeah. No, I mean they've helped me tremendously. Now I'm just getting off those, but yeah, just focused a lot on my health now. So I've just been eating really clean, like a lot of chicken, beef, rice, salads, vegetables, fruit. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so it's
trying to be the best version of myself, and that's about it.
Absolutely. Dude, I tell the story all the time. I was 270 pounds in a 40 waist. I'm at 34. I'm down to like 210.
Proud of you. That's gnarly.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. It's hard work, dedication, watching what you eat. And my biggest advice to people that wants to be healthy, of course, the exercise, the breathing, the stretching, which is super important. Stretching is one of the most important, but when you eat meals, listen to what your body's telling you as you eat foods, right? Your body's going to tell you every fucking thing you want to know about yourself. Yeah. So listen to what you're eating, listen to what your body's telling you. And yeah, don't eat late at night. I try not to eat, 3 hours before I lay down to go to bed to give my body enough time to process the food that I ate. So when I do lay down and go to sleep, my body's focused on me sleeping and getting that deep sleep that I need to be energized for the next day. So
that's one thing I get better at. I don't sleep very well. Usually I'm on like 4 to 6 hours every day. So
listen, I'll show you my sleep thing. I'm 4 to 6 hours to myself. It's hard for me to shut this off. Like I'll lay down, I'll be dead tired, and my mind's a million miles an hour, and I just can't fucking. And there's nights I lay down, my head hits the pillow, I'm fucking done. I'm out, right?
Mm-hmm. Usually for me, it's the second I'm in bed. It's like within 5 minutes, I'm out. And the alarm goes off, and I'm up. There's like no in between. It's just
that's how I am.
Even on days off, like I can never sleep. Like days off, I just can't. Maybe one odd day of the year, but
maybe I'm the same way. It's funny because when I get up to go to work, I'm like, God damn, I could have slept for at least 3 or 4 hours. But then the weekend comes along, I'm fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, dang, what's up? Let's go. It's
racetrack. It's like you're up like way early, and you're like, all right, guess we'll start driving.
Let's hit the road. Let's freaking go. I love it, man. So, are you a coffee drinker, bro?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Um,
Americano, espresso, or just black coffee. That's all I drink.
See, that's what I tell people, man. Black coffee and Starbucks sucks ass, people. I'm sorry, but
Oh,
it is
what's
not good fucking coffee. No, it's not good
fuck?
coffee. Bro, listen, you go to Starbucks, you get a black coffee, it tastes burnt. It is not good coffee, man. That's just me.
It's not the greatest, no.
No,
And it's a
not,
lot of money. Like I don't understand how people can do that every day. Like
bro.
even those pods, like the K-cup pods, dang, those things add up after a while too. You're drinking
Bro,
four of those a day.
yeah. My wife's a big donut shop, Food Line or Kroger brand, whatever it is, donut shop, right? And of course she likes sugar and creamer and all that. Every once in a while I'll put a little creamer in it. I either like it black or I'll put like a little bit of milk in
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah, I try to. Another thing is stay away as much as processed sugar. What I'm saying is
Yeah,
you don't totally got to cut it out. Everything in moderation is not going to kill you. Yeah,
true.
Gatorade, dude, Gatorade's so fucking bad for you, bro. I don't care if it's zero sugar or not. That fructose syrup and those fucking dyes, dude.
A little bit of red dye never hurt nobody. You're all right.
That's hey, like I said, anything in moderation is not going to kill you. You're right. Absolutely, you're right. So let me ask you this, bro. Tell us something we don't know about you at all.
I don't know. I'm a pretty open book, man. You can ask me mostly anything.
There's
Like,
got to be, dude. Like I hate broccoli. Broccoli sucks ass. Or pineapple on pizza.
one random thing, yeah, I used to love playing Counter Strike. I got a lot of hours in Counter Strike. That's probably it.
Listen, video games are the shit,
Counter-Strike. That's the secret about me. I used to play a lot of that.
dude. So, do you still play video games?
No, not really. Like I just don't have time. I mean, right now I study a lot, I work a lot, so it's just flat out, pretty much just focus on the goals that I have for this year. Excuse me. But that's pretty much it. I just really just locked in on everything that I have set for this year and trying not to falter or get distracted at all.
Yeah, it's good to focus on you and stay focused in between the chapters, right?
Yeah.
You still got to have a good time, and again, everything in moderation won't hurt you. I wish I could play more video games than I do. The only time I really get to enjoy it is when my son sit down and we'll play a game together. Or usually I'm off on Friday, so my wife and my son are at work. If I don't have a podcast, I'm like, yes, I get to play PlayStation. I'll freaking sit down on the couch. I'm an hour and a half into it, and I'm like, I'm fucking bored. I'm like, I gotta go do something. I'm not a good stay at home. I'm active. I don't care what it is. Let's just fucking go, right?
When I get home, it's like even after work, it's like go to the gym, get home, study, do whatever, go to bed, just repeat. Kind of just a schedule.
Straight repeat, bro. Yeah. I feel you on that, dude.
I'd rather be doing something than just sitting sometimes. But then also sometimes I just love just hanging out and doing nothing.
Me too. It's very rare.
Yeah, it's just kind of like wherever my mood's at, whatever I'm doing, it's either there or it's not. Like if I had the chance to go do something, like go kayaking,
I love kayaking, bro. Yeah,
like 10 minutes away from a really nice spring here in Florida, so I go there all the time. Yeah.
So me and a couple of my friends, we go kayaking. I ain't been kayaking in about 2 years, but there for a couple of years, man, we go all the time, and we had a thing. Whoever caught the most fish, obviously won. Whoever didn't catch the most fish, you're fucking either buying dinner or you're cooking out for everybody, right? So
yeah, I love cooking, so I don't mind.
Dude, okay, so my next question, I love to cook. I get it from a mom. I like to cook a lot of home cooked meals. I find myself when I go to the restaurant, except for Thai, I fucking love Thai food. When I go to restaurants and I order a steak or whatever, I'm like, man, I could have cooked this shit better myself at home, right?
Yeah, that's the problem once you start cooking for yourself. It's really good.
It ruins it.
Like $50 or whatever, and you're like, man,
this sucked ass. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah.
Likes the amount and made it better at home.
A lot better. I feel on that, man. So
without a ton of like butter and everything else.
Salt and all that bullshit, right?
That's the thing. The biggest thing is just sodium and everything now. It's just so much.
So for those out there that are listening that really want to make a self-improvement, one big thing is I already said is the unnatural sugar. Natural sugars is good for you. Strawberries, peaches, and shit, pineapple. Your unnatural sugar, processed sugar is so bad. Another thing is what you just said. Sodium, man. There's so much fucking sodium. Just pick up you think Campbell soup It's healthy for you because it's Campbell chicken noodle soup. Pick
40
up, it's
the daily
fucking
intake.
900 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot of fucking sodium in one little can of soup, right?
Even if it is diluted, but I mean, if I'm having soup, I'm drinking the broth. It's just how it is.
Bro, me too. And so another thing too, Stuart, for me was pasta. I stopped eating pasta at nighttime. Absolutely stop eating it. If I'm eating pasta, it's going to be in the morning time or a little bit during the day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit at lunch. And I do this right here. This is as big as your stomach. Everybody make a fist. That's as big as your stomach. So when you make a plate of food, make it as big as your
I used to
stomach.
be like that, dude.
Bro,
Football.
we
I
all did, right? That's how I got so fat, bro. But once I started doing this and you eat slower, your brain has more time to communicate to your stomach and say, hey, I'm fucking full. Stop eating.
yeah, but
Versus,
sometimes you just need to just tear up a big dirty hamburger. You know, that's just how it is. I don't
listen,
know what it is.
one of my Sour Patch Kids, bitch, you show me some power Sour Patch Kids. I'm like, can I get like 10 of those, right? Let me get those.
Dude,
That and
my guilty pleasure is those Haribo gummy bears. That's it. Just came over. You got a whole
so
things are gone.
you saying that, dude, the real UK gummy bears shits all over the US gummy bears. You have a proper UK gummy bear, you will never want to eat. I don't eat gummy bears to this day since 2023 because of UK. I'll go on Amazon and order UK gummy bears.
You'll have to send me a link so I can get some.
Bro, I'm telling you, it is a fucking game changer, people.
I'm
No
sure.
bullshit. So with saying that, let me ask you this, bro. What is your worst habit?
I mean, it used to be cigarettes for sure, but I don't have that anymore. Worst habit now is just sometimes struggling with time management. I'd say like there's so much to do in a day and not enough hours, and trying to figure out everything. And sometimes you run out. Like you're just so busy, you kind of lose track of everything else sometimes. So just
100%.
time management, and just sometimes just taking a step back from stuff and just taking a second to just chill out, reevaluate everything, and not go flat out like all the time. Because otherwise, you end up stressing yourself out, working yourself up.
Yeah.
It can create more like stress implications on your life, where you just kind of just step back, stop worrying so much, just be present. That's the biggest
Be
one.
present. Yeah, dude, you said it right there. Be present, man. I find myself that if I find myself during the day getting stressed or whatever, I go to the bathroom, shut the door, and just breathe. Just sit there, dude, for real. Kind of like meditate, a little meditation, a little breathing, get my mind back down, and then go out there, smile, and be like, yeah, yo.
Hey, whatever works, man. I mean, everybody's different, right?
It is. I'm a big audiobook listener, man. I listen to a shit ton of audiobooks. Is that something you do too as well?
It depends. Yeah, I'd rather read them. That's kind of where I'm at.
The only books I read is my freaking shop manuals for my motorcycles. If I read a book, I'm like, yeah, the fastest way to sleep. Read a book for me.
For everything, yeah. That's the time I open it is when I like not sure on the torque for something like my swing arm or when I was bolting up the motor and everything. But that was it. The rest I just kind of figure out and feel.
I love it, man.
Saying that my computer might die here, so I don't know if I have a charger.
How much battery you got on your computer?
Let me see here. I got enough for
a couple minutes.
Yeah, I'm using a Mac right now, so I'm not really super
confident in it. Listen, it's cool. Listen. Then I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll do 2 more questions. We can get our shout outs, and dude, I'll shoot you a text. We'll set up part 2 of the podcast.
Yeah, we can definitely do that, man.
100%. So real quick, recommendation on audiobooks. I listen to a shit ton of audiobooks, whether it's motivation, road racing, cooking, whatever it is. My number one book that made me go fucking hell was John Hopkins Leathered. You need to get John Hopkins Leathered, listen to it or read it, whatever it is. Yeah. I find myself when I listen to a lot of audiobooks as far as road racer goes or real life, cooking or whatever it is, it's hard to really differentiate if they're actually being honest and telling 100% truth, right? John Hopkins, he lays it all out there. I was an alcoholic. I was a pillhead. I smoked weed before I raced MotoGP, like went out, smoked weed, and then rode the MotoGP Suzuki bike, right? So it's listen, it's a proper mega book. John Hopkins, dude, you got to. It's fucking amazing.
So I'll check it out.
Podcast, bro. What podcast do you listen to?
Yours, and then probably just the Sean Ryan show. That's mainly it. Not a big podcast guy, like for just spreading out. I kind of just listen to the ones like, although I do, what is it? I think it's Cam Peterson. They have one. I forget the name of that. Listen to that one a few times. Sean Ryan show, pretty big on that.
I like Sean. Yeah, I fuck
And then
with Sean.
your stuff as well. But that's really it. Like, I just motorcycles and just the world news kind of through and listening to cool people tell stories.
You actually learn a lot, from podcasts. And Sean Ryan, I listen to him a lot. I listen to Danny Jones, Matt Beal, of course, Joe Rogan. I can go on and on. I know your battery's getting low, so listen. Last questions, and then we'll get to all our shout outs. If Stu had his own Moto America Superbike team, what's the one manufacturer you would have, and who's the two current riders currently racing that you would put on your bikes?
So what manufacturer and what two riders for what? Super Sport, Superbike?
Whatever class you want to be. Do you want to do Super Sport? We can do twins. We can do whatever.
Super Sport, because Super Sport's probably like my favorite one to watch. No hate, but yeah, I would say, damn, that's a tough question. I would love to see Kawasaki do it better, but I don't know if I can give it to him. I would say probably, if I had to say it, probably Yamaha, and I'd probably put like Blake Davis and Ty Scott.
The legends, man.
Huge shout out.
Dude, Blake Davis lives 45 minutes away from me in Lynchburg.
No kidding.
Yeah, dude. He's right down the street.
My first race weekend ever, I met him and I met his family at Daytona.
Yeah. His dad, Mike, dude. Fucking legends, bro.
When I met them, like, I didn't know anybody, And I met them. They're like just the most humble, kindest people ever. And then I'm sitting there watching Moto America, and I'm like, that's the dude I just met. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's how cool the paddock is sometimes.
It is. It's yeah, you guys stay tuned because I'm going to have Blake on.
Nathan Gallagher and his dad. Awesome little crew, man. That kid's killing it.
Absolutely amazing. Gallagher, yeah, dude. Ryder, Davis, dude, all of them.
Yeah, Ryder as well.
Yeah, super amazing talent. My man, Julian Carrera, big Juju. Shout out, number 40. Yeah, Juju, SFL Mini GP. Everybody knows I'm a fucking
I think that's
huge advocate. Michael Carrera, big shout out to him, dude. Yeah, my man Cooper, his dad Rick. So Rick actually made the Pin the Gas podcast logo. So big shout out to him. We had an older logo when I was the first guest on the podcast, and I hated the fucking logo. I was like, bro, this sucks ass. We need to do something different.
Rework.
Absolutely. But listen, I'm gonna give all my shout outs first. I'm gonna let Stuart in the podcast. Thanks everybody, Eugene, Patrick, Jacob, Cody, Andrew. I love every single one of you guys and women. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. I'm serious. I put my phone number up. Every one of you hit me up. I'll get you on the podcast. We'll have a proper Mega Willie good time. If you guys have not yet, please go to my Spotify, my Podbean, iHeart, Facebook, all that good stuff. Give me a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Big shout out to Next Level Financial and Seth Starnes, Bison Track, man. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Chef Eats, the best, fastest chef in the world with the greatest food. If you guys have not had, go to chefeats.com. Get your order in. Trust me, you will thank us later. Big shout out to TST Industries.
Good group of dudes out there for sure.
Bro, absolutely. So my man Martin from the Clothing Kings.
He was just on your podcast too.
He was just, yes. He's Bart. I'm looking forward to going down to Florida and spending some time with Bart. I'm actually going to go to TST.
Time, dude.
Dude, listen, I'm going to the thing. We're going to do a live podcast at TST Industries. It's just going to be, listen, stay tuned, people. Big shout out to the Clothing Kings, my man Martin out there. You guys can go to clothingkings.co.uk and get all your Pin to Gas merch. I don't currently have any t-shirts right now. I get asked all the time, do I have shirts, beanie hats, and all that? I did at one point. I usually do it like once a year. I just don't have the money to spend $500-$800 on a bunch of shirts and hats and do all that. I wish I did. One day I will, but I do usually do a limited run of like 10 or 20 shirts and sell them out. But you guys can go to the Clothing Kings and order whatever you want. That's where I get my self-shell jacket, my hats, and all that good stuff. And it's actually reasonably priced. Shipping is a little costly, obviously, because it's coming from the UK. But listen, the clothes they have, fucking top notch. No bullshit. Everybody that sees my soft shell jacket, they're like, dude, that's fucking thing is awesome. Again, the Clothing Kings. That's where I get it from. Big shout out to Super Bike Supply, my man. Dude, thank you so much. He's one of my newest sponsors, SFL Mini GP, RD Racing, and my man Jake Marsh out there in BSB. They were the first ones to run my logos out there and bring super bikes. Yeah, dude. So I'm out there, dude. Thank you guys so much. It's fucking amazing. He just sent me this picture, dude, of him testing on his new CBR 1000RR. Boom. Pin the gas and BSB, baby. Let's fucking go, right?
That's
Vet 2 track. So any of my veterans out there, my man has a Vet 2 track. He's Jim. He's absolutely amazing. His whole motto is battling PTSD one lap at a time. So hit him up. Absolutely amazing program. Flying Eyes Optics for all your sunglass needs. I know you guys see this on Facebook all the time. Dude, these sunglasses are absolutely amazing. You would absolutely benefit from the Stuart. They're made to be under a helmet.
To lose every pair I own, so maybe
bro. Listen, they're so light. I forget I have them on. They're made and assembled in Austin, Texas, so they're here in America. And they're absolutely amazing sunglasses. If you guys are interested in Flying Eyes Optics, use the discount code PINTHEGAS10 and get 10% off. I used to take them around my girlfriends all the time and my wife's friends, my girlfriends, my second, third wives, all that shit, right? And they would steal them from me and I'd have to fucking battle them to get them back. So now I keep them in my room. But when I do go to the races, I have them on me. If anybody's interested, I'll let you borrow them for the day. You just got to give them back. 64-degree racing, my man Tate. Nobody wants to go to the track with just one undersuit. Trust me. If you're going for a 2-day weekend and you got 2 undersuits, bring 6. Don't listen. I made the mistake. You sweat, bro.
I'm just gonna say it. I had one all season, except for technically I had 2. I had 2 because shout out to Mark 10. But yeah.
You like, it's okay. I'll just wring it out, put it in the cooler, wring it out, and it's stiff like a board. It stinks.
It's Dawn dish soap, let it hang dry overnight.
Bro, it's white. It's not black no more. It's you put it on, you're like, what is that? Yeah, I gotta wash this shit, bro. Yeah, funky Cole Medina for sure, right? But my man Tate actually sent me a 2-piece undersuit. It's one of my favorite. It is my favorite 2-piece undersuit I own. Yes, I'm a Bison ambassador. I got a Bison 1-piece. It's my favorite 1-piece. What sets Bison's 1-piece out from everybody else? It's got the man zipper, so you ain't got to take all your shit off. You just take the top off and whip it out and whip it back in, zip it up, and you're good to go, right? So yeah, absolutely. Big shout out to them. But 64-degree racing. Tate, he's absolutely amazing. I love my 2-piece. So give him a shout out. Big shout out to Ghetto Customs, my man Chris Parrish, for the best body work you guys can get in the industry. Carnes Performance out in Pennsylvania. If you guys are there, go to Carnes Performance. KYT Helmet in America. Best helmets out there. Big shout out to Dakari, Birch, and my man Kendall at K-Tech Suspension. If you're not on K-Tech, what the fuck are you racing on?
He added me on Facebook. So yeah.
Dude, fucking legends they are. They're such great people, man. RTR ready to race out there in North Carolina. Coleman's Power Sports here in Virginia. McLeo Escapes. My buddy has a tour, track and tour where you can go out and actually ride MotoGP tracks and get to join, ride the towns and eat, the proper mega food and all that good stuff. Yeah, he's great. Road Racing World. Listen, I need everybody to go to roadracingworld.com. Donate to the air fence. It's absolutely imperative. We have that. I don't care if it's $5, $10. Every bit helps. So nothing but love to everybody that does it. And STG, Max and Brian Van.
Legends.
Absolutely. So if anybody wants listen, all these people are my personal friends. You're not going to go wrong from ordering from any one of these guys and girls, right? Whether it's TST Industries, STG, freaking whatever it is, like, subscribe. Love all of them. Support everybody in our beautiful circus. We need it. Nothing but love to everybody. That's enough of me. Big shout out to my man, everybody in M4 Suzuki, Chris Ulrich and Tyler Scott and all them guys. Dustin, thank you guys so much. Richie Escalante. This is this is my custom hat. You cannot buy these hats. They are only issued to the team, and obviously, I got my own because I love you guys. So I'm gonna say you guys are awesome.
I got a hat that cool to show you.
Oh my god.
I got a Pirelli hat. That's about it.
Listen, Stu, this has been an honor. Listen, I had a proper Mega Willie. Thank you so much. Tell everybody where they can follow you, where they can hit you up, where they can show you all the love and the next track you could be at. So everybody can come up and give you hugs and say, bring back the mullet. Bring back the mullet.
I'll be at the first Weir round, hopefully, with Weir. Yeah, first Weir round at Roebling. I'll probably be there. I need to grab my little trophies there that I didn't get yet because I didn't go to GNF. So do that, see everybody. Maybe bring the bike. I don't know. We'll see. See if we can have some fun.
We will. 100% we will. Well, listen, everybody, this has been a proper Mega Willie time. I did not plan on doing an hour and 45 minutes, but that's the way it goes, right? It's an honor to be able to do this. And again, like I said, without each and every single one of you, I wouldn't be able to do this. So nothing but love. It's an absolute honor. And
yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. This episode will be out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all that good stuff tomorrow. If you didn't catch it live, you can, as soon as I stop it, you can go to my YouTube at Pin the Gas Podcast and rewatch it, or my Facebook, Chris Simcoe, and watch it there. If not, you can wait till tomorrow and listen on Spotify and all that good stuff. So, awesome. Yeah, man. Listen. It's been an absolute honor, Stu, dude. This has been fucking proper mega, man. Yeah, absolutely. I cannot wait to meet you in real life, bro. It's going to be nothing but beer hugs, pints of beers, and laughs.
Yeah, when I'm not injured at Daytona, we'll definitely catch up a little more.
Dude, we will. And hopefully you'll be able to make it out this March, even if it's for a day or a couple hours, man. I'd love to be able to hang out with you.
I'd love to go watch the race. This will be the third year in a row that I've gone, so.
Absolutely, man.
I'm hoping I can make it happen.
Listen, let's make it happen. And Stu, is there anything you want to say before I end the podcast?
Not much. Keep road racing a lot. That's it.
Let's fucking go, people, right? So yeah, listen, Stuart, thank you so much again. Absolute honor. It's more of an honor to be friends in this short lifetime that we have than anything else, man. So
totally
thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Can't wait for part 2. You guys stay tuned for part 2 because it will be coming up. And thank you guys so much.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, man. Have a good night.
Yep, you too, my man. I'll shoot you a text and we'll sort out part 2, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. See you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.